infinite L. Hi, how you doing, everyone? Ans here from HeelvsBabyface. So I thought we'd just do a silly second video of the day. This wasn't planned, so just go with me on this one. But somebody messaged me on Twitter and they're like, Az, have you all seen these leaks? And there is allegedly a Blizzard developer. I'm going to put this in huge quotation marks. There's a Blizzard developer that's apparently given away all the secrets of 9.0. He decided to go onto 4chan and just have an AMA. I'm a Blizz dev. Just ask me anything. Go for it. Now, I am 99.99999. The nines are going to go on for pretty much ever. That this person is full of the bull of the shite. Number one, because I don't think this would happen for a start. But there's plenty of evidence in their answers to suggest that this person is full of hooey. Is it hooey or fooey? Whatever. But one of the funniest ones, a couple of examples. Number one, they reckon that Yrel was returning in not the next expansion, expansion after. Who the hell would know that? That is no Blizzard don't even know that. The person who's deciding anyway. And then also they said I'm going to keep my answers as vague as possible so people can't work out who I am. And then proceeds later on in the AMA to say what his team is making. What his team is working on. Oh, right, the person who did this AMA, they said that they're working on this. Well, that's only 3 people. That's Jim, Dave and Susan. I know, right? Let's go and have a firing session. So, yeah, I'm absolutely convinced that this is full of crap. However, I thought it'd be still quite funny to go through some of the points, some of the guesses that they've made about 9.0, because even a broken clock is right twice a day. There you go. There's some knowledge for you. Now, because I unsubscribed at the end of January, there's plenty of story stuff which I am not caught up on. So, story-related stuff, I don't know, who cares? Sure, whatever. I'll have to leave you to make your own determinations about that. However, this is what they reckon. They reckon that in 9.0, Blizzard will be implementing something akin to Elder Scrolls Online leveling system. The Elder Scrolls Online leveling system means that you can go to any single zone, anywhere in the world, everything scales to you. So that would mean that World of Warcraft would have to make every single zone, let's say per expansion. Let's be a little bit, nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Be able to start wherever you want and scale to you. Blizzard have already totally messed up the scaling system, so I can't even see this being anywhere close to true. So I'm going to say, no! The level cap in 9.0 will be 60, and we'll be questing towards level 70. Well, there is discussion that they are going to do a level squish. This, like I said, has been known for probably over a year now, that discussions at least have taken place. There was also 4 days ago that thing which I just did earlier, the first video of the day, where the survey came out. So this just looks like topical, using the survey to create an answer. I'm going to say no! Because I don't think it's been determined yet at all. Claims that he works on a faction merge prototype at the moment and testing how war mode could still leave PvP intact. And that's not even the thing that they said they were working on with their team. So this person now has got something else to add to it. They're really narrowing down who they are. They're non-existent. That's who they are. This person's full of shite. A faction merger system to allow... Now, I looked at all these images. I've looked deeper into this, folks. So I know more than just these bullet points. And they reckon that the Alliance can visit Horde cities and a Horde can visit Alliance cities and stuff like this. I'm going to say no. I'm going to go with a big fat no. So I'm going 0 for 3 so far. On the faction merger, they're talking about letting people interact with other factions as long as war mode is off. Oh, here we go. They've actually put it in here as well. Orcs in Stormwind, Night Elves in Horde guilds, and so on. Yeah, just, I don't know. It's all the nose. The next allied races will be Volpura and Mechanomes. And the others after that are the Lightbound Undead for the Alliance and some boar creature that uses the Worgen rig for the Horde. No. There could be some, when I say some truth, I mean the Volpura I think are in line to become an allied race. When? Not sure. Mechanomes at some point maybe. But boar creature that uses the Worgen rig just out of nowhere. An allied race out of nowhere. From my understanding, allied races were really kind of brought on. Yeah, I know we've had the Void Elves and stuff, but what they've been doing with the allied races is trying to keep it with the familiar, at least, that people are aware of. I'm going to go with no on this one, although the Volpura might be right. High Elves are DOA. I'll agree with that. Yeah, I think this is just common sense, though. I don't think we're ever going to see High Elves as a playable race, because High Elves are Blood Elves with blue eyes, as opposed to green eyes. So I don't see it personally, but there you go. No Sethrak. I could actually see the Sethrak as a potential allied race one day, but you know, I don't think for a foreseeable future. I think plenty down the line. Sylvana survives into the next expansion. Right now, she's trying to stop Enzoth, and after he escapes, we'll fight her and reseal Enzoth as the final boss of BFA. I don't know the story, but I do believe that Sylvanas will survive the expansion. I don't think they're going to kill her off. I think she's too popular a character, to be perfectly honest with you. I think it would piss people off. I mean, they've already pissed people off with how they've treated her this expansion. But no, I don't think Sylvanas is going to get killed off, but I don't think that's, particular. You don't have to have any particular knowledge of that whatsoever. After Sylvanas leaves to do her thing, Lillian Voss is slated to become the new Forsaken leader. Although if faction stuff is scrapped, then Kalia will be the leader. Whatever faction stuff means, maybe dissolving the factions gameplay-wise or story-wise. Lillian Voss is the head of the Forsaken. Why? Just because Lillian Voss is an undead? I mean, I don't know. I think if Sylvanas was, let's say, to leave the Forsaken, to forsake the Forsaken, then I think the Forsaken would be rudderless. There'd be a rudderless people. I don't think there's anyone really there to step up. So if you were to put Lillian Voss, for example, as the new leader, it would feel very contrived. Very contrived indeed. Kind of like how the trolls are right now. In 8.3, we defeat Enzoth, but he isn't gone forever. Nothing in any fictional event is gone forever. So that is meaningless. Allegedly 8.3. He's not. I don't think we've got many hits here, folks, so far. Allegedly 8.3 was going to include Tyrande's revenge, but since people were dissatisfied with the start of the expansion, it got bumped forward. Bane and Anduin make peace, and Sylvanas loyalists go into hiding. I think this is absolute tripe. I don't think Blizzard pushed any story forward for the sake of how the reaction to Battle for Azeroth was. I think what happened was always set to happen the way it did, in the order that it did. Blizzard plan, allegedly, they plan these things. So no, again, I think this is nonsense. The next one is a story one. I'll bypass that. You can read that if you want to highlight it for you. That's a story one. I'm not keeping up with the story, so I don't know. Something about an orb we're getting as a new artifact / Azerite system and a bunch of quests relating to it. Well, that's as vague can be. I don't think the Heart of Azeroth has gone down well at all. I think it's just been a hindrance and not a help. They're having to rework it on the fly to actually make something of it. The artifact weapons work because it was a weapon. But when you're just clogging up slots for the sake of clogging up slots, I don't think so. So if there was an orb, it would be, to me, it wouldn't even be part of the equipment per se. You know, it might be like they'd create a slot off the equipment for it to go in, something like that. But no, I think sounds like tripe. New classes tinker with prestige classes along with it. Prestige classes being class skins. You would have to unlock the Necromancer, Dragonsworn, and Dark Shaman in progress at the moment. Tinker is a new class. I think that's a fan thing. I don't think this is a thing in development. I think it's a fan thing. I think a lot of people would like to see Tinker as a class. Prestige classes? It just doesn't seem likely to me. Hero classes, then prestige classes. It doesn't seem likely. It seemed if they were to add another class, it would be another hero class or a regular class. But I don't see them now adding another level on top of it. It just sounds like nonsense to me. So I'm not going with any of this so far, bar some just like commonsensical things. Let's go with prestige classes are a separate class. So if you played a druid and unlocked Dragonsworn, you would then have to make a new character rather than slap a skin on your druid. Right, so you're telling me, right, I'm a warlock. So I'm 120. I would have to do something to unlock Necromancer for the warlock, and then the Necromancer would start as a completely separate class with a separate character. That doesn't make a lot of sense on how I unlocked it as a warlock then. It sounds silly. It doesn't sound sensical to mean anything. So, yeah, this is not going so well. Tinkers start at level 50. Tank, healer, DPS. They use mail armor. Tanks use a power armor. Healers use heal bots in between DPSing. No! Right, that's immediate bullshit. They're not going to do hybrid classes. They're never ever going to do hybrid classes. Kind of like how you could have a hybrid class before in early iterations of WoW. They're never going to do these hybrid classes again. So healers, DPSing, and no. And I know people going, but what about Disc Priest? No. Player housing is forever in development hell. Well, welcome to reality and have a nice day. So yes, going through these, I don't think we got many hits here at all, to be perfectly honest with you. I think the vast majority, story-wise, I don't know, but the vast majority of everything else just sounds like made-up fan fiction. Are there any that you think might be? Possibilities? Run with it. Convince me. Change my mind. I don't think any of these are real. Change my mind. Come on, convince me. If you think something's legit here, come on, run with it. Put it in the comments section. Give me something to have a look at to see whether or not you can turn my head, ladies. So there we go. Silly little vid to end your Monday. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, do give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. Follow me on social media and Twitch for live streaming. Links in the description box down below. And I'll be back with some more stuff very soon. You take care. Bye for now.